Back is one of my biggest strengths because I figured out the right workout for it, so I'm sharing it with you. This week I got so much more definition around my back and I'm so happy to see that. It's a very painful leg day for me because it's not just in the middle of a cut, but it's also because it's the first day of my period. So I had to really stay focused and also maintain the intensity, because if you want to preserve muscle, it's better to maintain the intensity and decrease volume. I'm also looking so bloated that I barely see any difference around my stomach, when just last week I saw a difference. Thank God the scale is there to reassure me.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have been skipping cardio. Oh, I have been skipping so much cardio because the thing is, when I started, it was working, okay? It was working without cardio, and at first, like the first 2 weeks, I was super busy with the app. Like now I'm still busy with the app, but I managed to do a lot of things the first 2 weeks. I really didn't do cardio because it was working without the cardio. That's just it. So what I usually prefer to do is to do things gradually so that I don't hit a plateau. For those who had the belly fat shred program before, you noticed that I made 2 different phases. I didn't add as much cardio as in the second phase. That's just basically what I did. I made you do more cardio on the second phase because you might hit a plateau. The first issue with being in a calorie deficit is quitting because you feel hungry, but the second issue is that you hit a plateau, so you quit. If you have to eat less than 3 meals, if you have to feel hungry, if you have to sacrifice your well-being, stop. You can just burn more calories, increase NEAT. It's not just about the cardio. You can start walking. I'm taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator, so might not make a huge difference for you, but honestly, the decision of I will move more will make you move more and burn more calories every day. Like when I started thinking, okay, I will try to move as much as I can because I'm cutting, it changed everything, okay? So it's really about a mindset. That's why I say I can't build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Now, at this point of my life, I can't do that. First of all, because I don't have newbie gains anymore. I have to do this. Second is because it's 2 different mindsets, like super hard to do both and to get the best results out of both. Changing your program to something more intense might help you burn more calories, okay? Especially since when you lift weights, your body burns calories even after the workout. So it's super helpful for you if you are in a cut. It's like, yes, you're preserving muscle with that, but you're also burning calories after the workout. This bulk has been amazing. I have noticed that I'm losing fat and I'm keeping the muscle, and especially around my glutes. And I've been kind of afraid of losing fat in my glutes. In the glutes, it's really hard to tell whether it's muscle or fat. And that's why a lot of people say, oh, I gained 10 kg of muscle, it's glutes. And actually you can't, because science says women gain 5 kg a year, anywhere from 3 kg to 5 kg a year of pure muscle, if they are beginners. So if they're not beginners, it's gonna be worse than that. So imagine that when someone says, I gained 10 kg in 3 months, and it's all around the glutes, and you say, oh, I might be doing something wrong, I don't have these results. It's because you don't have the same fat repartition. And this person gained much more fat than muscle, but since a lot of women gain fat around the glutes, it's normal that she has this kind of results, and it's just not the same fat repartition as you. So don't compare yourself to other people. Always compare yourself to what science says. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time for you, because you're never gonna get to where you wanna be if you constantly compare yourself to something that will never exist. Like, you will never magically have this fat repartition just because you did her workout, So at some point, I think we have to say these kind of things out loud, because I'm really tired of having to explain to people my own fat repartition. This should be something super known. You know, when you see me, when you see my bulking phase, you can clearly tell that I'm not the person who stores fat around the glutes and that's it, you know? We all had this year or 2 years where we had to spin around trying to find the right info. Spin around trying to find someone who's actually telling the truth. Just because now people are losing their values because of money. One other thing I want to say is fat loss is super challenging mentally. Super challenging. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. For me, it's one of the top things to care about because it's going to make you quit, basically. Because first, you're not going to get results the first week, the second week, maybe even not the third week. Not something that you will notice, not something that you even care about. It's going to be around an area that you don't care about. For sure, because we all care about stubborn fat, because it's the hardest part to get rid of. So it's something that a lot of people want because it's so rare. So since it's rare, everybody wants it. So that's why you need to stay patient. And if you want to stay patient, you need to know the truth. What is the truth? Is that it's stubborn fat. You can get rid of it after many weeks. You have to keep going. If you hit a plateau, you have to overcome the plateau. If you're not losing the stubborn fat after all of this, it's because you need to build more muscle. Because it's either you eat baby food to maintain something that's not sustainable, or you go back to the bulk to build muscle so that you can increase your metabolism and you don't have to eat baby food to maintain a flat stomach anymore. Okay, so that's how you should be thinking about it. It's all about being prepared mentally to what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm not gonna see any results the first 3 weeks. I'm prepared for that. I'm gonna hit a plateau. I'm prepared for that. I'm gonna have to do cardio. I'm prepared for that. I'm gonna have to maybe not eat my snack, my favorite snack. Okay, I'm prepared for that. You know, that's how you should be thinking. You should be prepared for all of these scenarios: delayed gratification, discipline, a little bit of motivation. I don't understand why people say, oh, motivation is not important. If you don't have this picture in mind of your dream body as a motivation or any kind of motivation, I don't understand how could you just wake up and go to the gym for no reason. If someone came to you and told you school is actually not gonna do anything to you, will you go just because you're disciplined?
Just a quick update, I noticed I lost a lot of fat around my back this week, so it was more about my back this week than other areas. My calorie deficit has been successful so far thanks to my salads. So let me show you the sauce I use to make any salad taste amazing. First, you will need all of these ingredients: light mayonnaise, skyr or high protein yogurt, parsley, garlic, salt, olive oil, lemon zest. Mix it all up until you get a creamy sauce like this one, and you can just use it for any kind of salad you want to make. I build them like this. I start with the carb source, then the protein source, and some micronutrients and healthy fats, because I'm always thinking balanced even for my salad. Now you can use the sauce for your salad, and I promise it makes everything taste so much better. And this sauce has like 12 grams of protein because of the yogurt I use.
AMG, Bentley truck, trapping out the ghost. 7-figure payment, time is money, gotta go. Addicted to the game, the game for the show. Met her at the party, she was playing with her nose.